Okay, so I wanted to show you a few different things that I did. And this little pocket right here is one of these. And I'll move my cider out of the way. It's probably the top or the bottom of whatever this was. And the funny thing is, these were cut like this, and this one was already cut like that. So, but that's what it was. And I'm not, these were already rounded. So I'm thinking that was the top of something, but I'm not sure. And then I think Mom cut this, and I'm not sure what if she wanted this as a tab, but you know, it works awesome for a pocket. And this one here, I just folded it in half, and hey, it was already cut out for me. So these would be good to trace and have these as templates, or just leave two of them, but I'm going to probably use them. So let me show you how I decorated. This is just a collage of a napkin, part of a napkin here, and just a piece of scrap paper, piano paper, music paper, and then there's just a plain piece of paper back there. And then on the edge, I actually put washi tape on there. So that is that little pocket. And so depending on how you want to use these, you can either slide them into another pocket or glue on three sides and then make the back of this a pocket. This one really is not done because I have some sewing ephemera that I cut out that I want to use on here. So I just haven't finished it. And this actually, trying to think of how I did this. I think I put the ink down on here, and then I just, you know, did this to the top end, the whole piece of paper, blotted it on there. Here's another one that I did. It has some washi tape on it, and a little chipboard butterfly, and I just glued, this is a napkin, and then a scrap piece of paper with some cheesecloth on there. And this is a napkin back here, but this is a sunflower that I actually was doodling with on just a scrap piece of paper. And so when we were talking on Hangout or whatever, StreamYard, whatever it was, I just kind of was doing this, and then this one came about. And then I have another one that I actually sent to Madison at Spectrum Art, which is a whole flower. So, but yes, that is also a pocket. There's the back of that. And this, I really changed it up. So this is the picture of the flower, the sunflower that I made and colored, painted, whatever. And so I have kind of a collage of different things right here. This is a pocket back here. And try to keep somewhat of a theme of flowers and old type things. So that's just glued on. Then we open it up, and so I made, this is also a pocket right here, and then these are all pockets, and this is out of one of my books. And then I thought, yes, and this is also a pocket back here, which I can show you by sticking that in there. So it's just that one little spot right there that I can use. So there's 1, 2, there's 3 pockets there. But yeah, that's what I did with that. So it's, I kind of like the way that kind of turned out. So I can glue that in like I showed you and have actually 4 pockets with the one that's slid in here and the one that would be behind it. So yeah, there you go. So that is that one. And then this one has just got old map paper and napkin. And then this says piano sortie, arrange for the piano. So it's just probably part of the title of the music that I use down here, along with the washi tape that I use to kind of finish off the edge, but it is glued in there. So that is give you an idea of the different things that we can do with these silly little things. And this one here, this is a paper that I made with strips of paper that I had, and it was one of my challenges where we used scrap paper. And so I had the paper, I cut it to go on one of these, and then I thought, oh my, that's not what I wanted. So it actually fit really well on here, so I glued the whole thing and then just cut a slit here. So you've got it continuous when it's closed. That is, if you ever see it. So, yeah, I just love how that paper turned out. It's really cool. But, anyway, so we can work on this one for now, and we'll see how far I can actually get with this. I need to kind of trim this up a tad bit. I know you probably can't see it, but it's hanging over just too much. So there we go. That's that. So all I did was glue the paper on, and I need to take a sip of my cider. Oh, so good. Okay. So I'm just going to lightly go around the edge because I don't want to make it too dark, because this is kind of a light colored paper. Kind of like to keep it a little bit fun, bright. Guess I'll do the back because I don't know if this will end up being glued, or I'll show you what I'll do with this when I get done here. And my ink blender that I'm using came from the Rambling Crafter. Shell Ratcliffe and her husband Clint makes these, and they are the best ever. I love how they hold in your hand. They are amazing. I have not used my other ones since I started, since I got this. Yeah, it's falling down there, buddy. Okay, so all I did was just spray water on that. And that's what it does. So those of you that don't know anything about Distress inks and are just getting started, Distress inks, which is this, they come in tons of colors. If you may have to buy them online. But if you use them and then you spray, just a light bit of water, it and blot it, that's what you get. So that's how I got the backs of this here, of that one. Okay, so I just kind of like to finish the back. I want the whole project to be finished. So just in case, you just never know. You may give it as a gift and you want it, you know, to look nice finished. And this one actually is not done yet. I still have the back to do on it. Oh, that one that go. Oh, they're both not done. So I'll do the same thing with those. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is glue the two sides. And I am using my art glitter glue, and which I don't know how I went without this. I hardly use my Aleenes anymore, but I do have different thicknesses of Aleenes, so yes, I do grab it once in a while, depending on what I'm working on. But I'll show you this little bead that I'm putting on here. That's the only bead of glue that you need. That's why I love this little fine tip. And the fine tip, I don't know where you find these. Suppose you could find them somewhere. But my sister's mother-in-law had these. And so I just stuck it on the end. I'm not even sure if this is what it's really used for. But then I found out this is what everybody's using. So I suppose you probably could look up fine tip glue topper or something. I've never even done it because I actually have two of these, so I don't know. Alright, so I'm putting this on here to help hold that down while I do this. And this is a topper that I made myself. This is a thing that you use to make like for beads. I don't know if you can see the, you probably can't see it. Anyway, there's a little eye loop right there. And so I stuck that on here, and this is nickel free, and it's never rusted. It's a little bit, but I can always straighten it back up with my pliers. But yeah, I made this, had some chain and some beads. And yeah, I already had the stuff, so I just made up my own. And this is the same pen that I've used since I made it. You just have to be really careful when you put it in there, because it does tend to want to get stuck going into the black part. And I always put it back on when I'm done with it. Okay, I'm going to trim that just a tad bit more. Okay, so now to decorate. And I actually have this paper right here. This is like some really see how that tore? So I think I'm just going to maybe stick some, see where I want to, maybe I'll put this one on here, put it up here. And I'll have to be trying to, Rio de Janeiro is at the top of that. Huh. Some kind of a math book. Ooh, that's tearing. Yeah, you have to be really careful. So brittle. So anyway, some of you already know that I have been caring for my parents and been running back and forth from where they live. And it just really has taken not a toll on me, but mentally I've been drained. And I really try not to say a whole lot about it because, you know, they are our parents and they took care of us when we were little. But my sister doesn't live here, and so it's on me to care for them and make sure things are getting done. And it would be really nice to be able to share in some of that. But anyway, so Dad is doing much better and may possibly get to come home this next week. And I know he's already been home, and the nurses wanted to see how he would do. I think I want to raise this up. I think whatever I put here, I want to raise up. Maybe I'll do this. I don't know. This is kind of cool because it's darken this down. Maybe I'll like it a little better and it'll pop. Make it look old. Okay, so I'll leave that there. Puerto Rico. I have all here. I'll just show you what I'm looking through. That way you can see all of my ephemera that I have cut out. And I just put all of my smaller stuff in here. It's really, this is not supposed to be in here. That needs to go in a bigger box. But some of my bigger stuff I kind of threw it in here when I was at my mom's because I tend to fussy cut and I didn't want to take a whole bunch of these with me. So I think I'll leave that. Here's my sewing thing I was looking for my other little, and these are for Madi and Madison that I got. And this is a tag. Yeah, I've never really cleaned all of this bigger stuff out. I'm just kind of looking for, that's kind of big. Let's see, what's this? Nope. Oh, there's a mushroom. Nope. I have lots of mushrooms. There's another sewing piece. See, I knew they were in here. I guess I should make, I should put these cards in by themselves. I should probably, and I don't have that many, but I should do a container like this for sewing. See, here's another one. But like I said, I don't have that much sewing stuff. That's why I keep trying to buy it, and then I don't get it. So one of these days I will. Okay, I just haven't seen anything yet. Nope, don't want that. I might be able to use that one. It's small enough. A lot of small things down there. Oh, you're a little big. And you're big. These are a little big. Okay. That's okay. That's really big. What's that? It says that. Okay. Let's see. Losing my train of thought here. I think that one's way too big, but you need to stay here because that way I know where you're at. There's that. You can go over here. Okay, let's maybe a ticket. Maybe I'd cut a ticket and put on there. You're too big. That's too big. These are way too big. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just I guess I should have done this before I got in here. Now I've got started. I don't want to stop. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Stick that up there. Hopefully it won't fall. Okay, so let's cut this off. Tear it off. And I think this is a part of a flower that's on here, so it's kind of a little bit different of a stamp. I think it's the petal. Yeah, they're flowers. Don't know where I got them. Printed them off of something. Okay, so there is that. And we'll see about, and I am going to raise that one up. I just have to get my foam tape. Just something different. And I'm not so sure I want another flower on there. But let's get my foam tape. Hi, buddy. Hi, Ginger. You doing okay, busy man? Oh, it's up here. It's up here. Let's do this. You can lay down. Some of you may not know this, but last week I had to put my Basset to sleep. And she just got to the point where she could not walk. And I had to pick her up, take her outside. She lost 7 pounds since the second week of August. So we think that she had cancer, and I wasn't going to do a bunch of blood work and x-rays and stuff because she was almost 14 next month. So she just kind of laid, and she never shook, and she always used to shake when she went into the vet, and she never even did that at all. And when we went in the room, she just laid down. She wouldn't even get up, wouldn't walk. She never walked away from the vet, which she always did. And so, yeah, but I still had, up until yesterday when I went to pick her up, I still had doubts that I could have probably done more. But I've always said that when my dogs get to the point that they cannot walk, that it's not fair to them, because then they can't get out and go to the bathroom on their own. And, you know, they get very embarrassed if they have accidents, and, you know, you can't get mad at them because they can't help it. She never did. I'd always pick her up and carry her outside. Bassets are not the easiest dog to move or pick up, because, you know, they have that long body. And so this is one that, you know, I keep coming back and questioning my why I did it. But it's just because she would she wagged her tail the morning of, and the day before, I have to remember when I came, was it the day before? I think I came home. She was just howling something horrible. I'd never heard her do that before. And let's see, hold on. She just never used to, she wouldn't cry like that. I've just never heard her cry like that before. And I actually think that, you know, there was something going on there I just didn't know about. Let's just see here. So I do miss her, and it's really weird because Spencer got to the point like a couple of days after and couldn't figure out where she was, and he wouldn't eat. And sorry, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. My picture went off for some reason. I mean, so let's see if I could cut this really short. Anyway, Spencer wouldn't eat, and he's just paces and paces and paces the house. And I know he's looking for her, because they were never apart. From the day that she came here, they always were together. Went outside together, always, except for the last, you know, few times. And she just couldn't get up and go out. But I was in the kitchen one day, and I could have swore I heard her come in the kitchen, not even realizing she wasn't even here. And I turned around and I thought, oh, she's not here. Wasn't her. So maybe it was. I don't know. So anyway, I think I'm going to glue that right there. It's cute. I'm not done this yet. Add a little bow onto a pocket. Might want to make sure this pocket is towards the outside of the page. Oh, that's so cute. All right, so there's that little pocket. Cute, huh? Quit focusing. Yeah, so that's raised just a little, not a whole lot, just a tad bit. But it gives it a little bit of dimension because of the dark, so it raises it up a little bit. So yeah, I like that. Very cute. Okay, so let me find this one. Here it is. So let's work on this. I really don't want to cover a lot of that paper up behind it. I may cut this down the middle, that way I've got it to use twice. It's just like a pattern to show you what pieces you have in the pattern. So maybe I'll cut it across the bottom. I think we'll use that. Almost wish I had one that was smaller than this. Wouldn't that be kind of cute to make a little book out of? Journaling spot. But then you'd want to put it in a pocket. That way you could pull it out. Let me see something here. Let's change this. So if I did that and glued it on two sides, that could slide in there. I think I'm going to do that. Alrighty, let's just put a really thin, little thin bead there. And we'll just put her right there. Okay, so let's this is some of you will know what this is, but it was a regular size, and it's the paper that wraps around your rickrack. And so I shrunk it up. I better get some more of this. Just want to make it, it's a pretty old piece. The other one is pretty, it actually says Rick. It says R-I-C-K, and I thought it was spelled R-I-K. Too bad there's no date. It says made in the USA. So, yeah. So, we're just going to change this a little in here so it's not so stark white. And you can use that to journal on. Isn't that cute? What a cute idea. So we have the rickrack. We have, this is seam binding behind here. And then I have this ribbon, the art and craft ribbon work piece of paper from sewing. Then we have that, and we have this that you can actually write on. Pretty cool. I really should maybe put a piece of material. I should do that. I'll put a couple of pieces on here. I think this is fabric I got from Erin in a tassel, and I ended up putting a few things in that I actually had, and I took some out. So it's pretty full. It's hanging over by my light switch. So where do I want to lay this? Right here, maybe? Let's just see. I kind of want to do this. Yes. So we'll put this here. Then that get down there. Probably should use my fabric glue. Come over here. There you go. And then we'll do this one. I think I better fray this end a little bit. There. Alrighty. So let me oh, my poor tummy. I haven't even eaten yet. Okay, so there's that. And I could put a little button in the center. So let me grab my buttons. What do we want to use, Spencer? Fancy guy. Let's see what we have here. Since there's some pink on the top. Let's see what's in here. Alrighty. Let's see about this one. See if there's any better ones. Maybe something a little darker. Maybe not as big. No, I don't want that. What about this? It's too light. That matches the paper. But I want something a tad bit darker. No. That's an old button too. That's an old vintage button. Let's see. Nope. I know what I'm kind of looking for. Kind of a pink, mauve, flat color. It's hard to believe that out of all of these pink buttons, I don't have any. And I think this is way too pink. Although it does match the flower. Okay, I don't think I like that. I keep going back to this one. Could use a blue. Well, that may not look that good on top of this material. So, all right, let's see. I have some that have different colors on them, and maybe I can tie in that blue. Okay, so I got some buttons from Erin, but, oh man, hold on a minute. Let me look right here. That's kind of cute. That brings that in. Oh, that is so cute. But it's so white. I guess I can tone it down. I really like that sewing machine. Let's see if I can tone this down. My goodness, can't even hold on to it. Okay, it did tone it down a little. So there's a red. I don't want that. Don't want that. Or that. Don't want that one. Hey, there's a pink and a blue one. That would be even better. Okay, let's see about that one. You know what I think needs to be done here is I need to rough this up. Just enough. Much better. Much better. Okay. Alrighty. So let's put these back. In their little bag. There's so many cute buttons that I got from Erin. Like she had these little, she had two different types of sewing machines. And we had these. We had these darling buttons here, which I could have used them, but I love that sewing machine. Here's some little hearts with different butterfly. Well, you can even see them. Darn it. Anyway, all the butterflies are awesome. Can you see that? Look at those. Aren't they cool? Beautiful. And then there were just these, but I don't like these as well. They do have little swirly things on them, but I like the other ones better. Here's some hearts with designs. Kind of reminds me of the 70s. Here's some big hearts, bigger hearts. And then there's another pack of them. Oh, and here's some apples. I don't know when I'll use them, but I have them just in case. So that's that. All right, so I'll leave that here. So I got that. And I want to push this down till this comes up through here. So I may have to hold it a minute. I thought about putting a string through here, but I don't want to do that because it will hide the little sewing machine. All right, I'll wait for a couple of minutes for it to thicken up. Then I'll push it down. Okay, so that turned out really cute. See, just that little bit of one's going to come up through there and the other one's not. Darn it. Oh well, just so I have one. Okay, so anyway, that definitely is a couple of ideas there on how to reuse, you know, pieces of things that you find. And I actually took these back to my mom's and said, hey, look what I made with these. So I enjoy I enjoy making new things out of old things. So, but anyway, I did two. I kind of finished this one up. I did the other one, and then I don't think, yeah, I don't have any other larger pieces, but I actually could come up with maybe something else to do with two of these and make where I could glue this and it would be a pocket back here, and this will be a flip, and then that will flip. Or do I want to do it this way and make it so this flips out? That would be the back. So it would end up looking like this. I think I'm going to do this, because then this will be, you can open this, and then you can open here. Okay. Alrighty. So do. So do. Okay. So I'm just going up to where it slants. I don't want to go up any higher. I won't be able to get anything in there. So So I'll be able to put a tag, or I'll be able to have a pocket right there. Make sure that's not. And then I can cover these with, okay, there's that one. It's finished. I can cover these with paper or napkins, or I can Mod Podge. I hate to Mod Podge, let me tell you. I really do. So I know I've got some paper. Where's my, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Here you are. Get this glue off of here. It's driving me nuts. These are the best erasers for taking glue off of stuff. You find them in the drawing section at Hobby Lobby. Okay. So nice and clean. All right, so let's figure out what theme I want to, I don't know what I want to do. But I do have some paper over here, so I think, let me get it. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you? That's not it. That's not it. That is it. All right. Changed my mind. So let's put this piece. I've got to bend this backwards. All right. Okay, so let's cut this out. I'm probably going to have to trim it down a little bit. And I don't remember what paper this is offhand. I'd have to go over there and look. Because I think I used it, and this is just like single sheets. So I'll have, if I remember, I'll tell you before the end of the video. Okay, so that gets cut down. All right, so that'll be the inside. I will glue this and then I'll do the edges because I don't want to have to do the edges twice. So I'm just gluing this part down. No pocket, no pocket. Okay, so let's trim this. And I did cut it a tad bit big. Of course, when you trace something, it's going to be bigger than what it really should be. Okay, awesome. Now we could distress everything together. And this is cardstock that I put on here. If you decide to do this, you definitely need to do circular motions so you have a really nice, even coverage, and you smooth out any marks. Okay. Fingers are getting brown. All right. So, we need to do maybe I could I better cut this off. All right. Well, that ain't gonna work. Got to move her down. Okay. Fold this back. So you can use any papers. Kind of gave you different ideas on different types of papers, you know, using your own paper that you've made, using scrap papers to make your own paper, and then just using, you know, scrapbook paper. Alrighty. So that is coordinating. Awesome. Okay. And of course, I'll be trimming it down. Oh, it looks like I'm really putting a lots of glue on here, but look, there's not hardly any on here. It just comes out so fine. All right, let's cool. All right, let's trim her up. That's fine. And I think this is probably pretty good. I don't know if I'm trimming. I can't see. I knew there'd be more over here. Okay, very nice. All right. All right. All right. Okay, it's not real heavy. I just made it really, really light. Light distressing. Okay, now we got to do the back. Because if you open it up, you want to be able to see a pretty in there. Pretty, pretty. Got all kinds of stuff to use here. Maybe I'll just use something kind of plain. Don't want to get too busy. I have plenty more to use. Wait a minute. I was going to use this side. Alright. Let's turn that over. Put that right there. Right there. Right there. I haven't seen a Storage Wars lately. I wonder if they took that show off there. I know Oak Island's going to be coming back on really soon. I can't wait. Okay. I better trim this up a little bit. A little bit. Because I do not want that to get in the crack. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see. I saw on Netflix this show. They are episodes, and it's called Unbelievable. And it is about this young girl, and I know how cops can be. I guess that's not coming off. How they intimidate people. Wow, I did not get that on there very good. Let's try that again. Anyway, it's about this young girl that had been molested, and when her she had a really cruddy upbringing, and she was in the system and a foster child and everything. And she goes to the police. They went to the hospital. They did all these, whatever tests they do on them. And the mother, that not mother, was it the mother? It was a foster mom. Said, oh, she goes to the police, tells the police that, you can't believe everything she says. And so they told her that basically that she was lying. And so she got to the point where she didn't believe that it actually happened to her and that it was a dream, a nightmare, I guess you could say. And so the whole show is her and what she goes through mentally, because she's been told this. And it's really sad. And how she's mistreated in school, and because they all think she was lying and she really wasn't. But then there's these two police investigators that start investigating kind of the same thing in their town, and they end up finding out about her later. But it was so good that I spent an entire Sunday binge watching those episodes, because I just had to find out what was going on. It was very good. So if you want something, cool to watch, that's a suggestion from me. Trying to turn that up a little bit. Okay, I think I need to distress this side. I'm just doing this really super light. Now, I don't know that I'm going to decorate this, but I just kind of want you to get an idea of, different things you can do with different things that you might find in trash. Look at it and think, what can I do with this? Because that's exactly the first thing I thought of was pockets. Pockets. So we're always coming up with, different types of pockets. And, before long, there's not going to be anything out there that we don't make pockets with. All right, I think, do I want this birdie? I like the birdies. Let's see, I think I have to do this. This. I'll use the birds on this one. Close that up. Put that up there. Just trying to see where that bird's wing is. I want to make sure I get it in there. Okay, very good. All right, so I'm not too worried about the pencil line because I'm cutting it off. It's easier to do it on top. That way I can see where I actually want it to sit. Okay. Cool. I like it. Now I'm going to make this a pocket. Since I'm using a pretty good size or thickness on my cardstock, I can, this will be good to use for a pocket. Alrighty. Ah, come on. Get up there. When you're using, if anyone ever decides to get this glitter glue, there is no glitter in it, but I'm telling you, if you plan on having to take it back up, you better do it really fast because it is not forgiving. Now, if you're going to glue something right back down, you can do it because whatever you're gluing is going to be hidden, but so I'm going to trim this off. I may have to re-glue that. Sure enough, I cut off what I glued. Didn't realize it hung over that much. All right, let's distress. And I just thought of this. Well, I think I can still do it. I want to cut out a nope, not that. That isn't going to work. I need my round brush. Maybe this will work. And maybe not. I'll use a different one. This one's better. Okay. All right. Again. And okay, I just toned that back down a little bit. So that is a pocket now. Next one I'll punch before I do it. And now we have, let's see, what's this one here? I think I'll do another plain. I don't want to get it too awfully busy. That goes there. And this, I didn't make that pocket, did I? Yeah, I think I did. I think that is a pocket. It is. Okay, I did. See, I don't remember. Okay. So this, wow, let's see. Should I have covered that before? Because it goes clear over here. I think I can cover the whole thing and then cut it out. Okay, flip that up. All right, let's see. Let's see. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying the cooler weather. Oh, phooey booey. See if I can get by with this. Oh, I bet I can't. Oh, I messed up. Why did I do that? How did I do that? I don't want that white in there. Maybe I'm okay. But then that's showing. Maybe it won't be that big a deal. Okay, I'm going to cut this off and see what happens. I think last night it got down to, what did they say, 46 here? And the trees aren't even changing, but I'm sure with the shorter days and the cooler nights, they're going to start changing. They said by the 26th of October, which is super, super late. I'm not going to use that. I don't like it. So, I'm I love fall. I think it's beautiful. Of course, it's the month of my birthday, but I just don't like what comes after it. I'm not much of a winter person the older I get. But I hate the cold and the wind. I just can't handle. But if it snows, I love to get out and walk in it after it has snowed. I think it's so peaceful. I take that any day. Any day. Okay, cool. That makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. All right. Now, I can make this one a pocket also. Okie doke. Okay, I have to cover that up because I don't like it. Oh yes, that looks awesome right there. Only thing is, you have to go, wait a minute, how am I going to do this? I'll have to cut it. Okay, I'll have to cut it. Okay, this is going to be really crazy fun here. Trying to cut through that. But I love that flower sticking through there. So now I have to take this, pray to heavens to Betsy here, because that's where my pocket's at. Doing my best not to cut through the bottom part. I'm trying to figure out where my slant is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Come on, I saw you open up. I probably should have done this before I glued this thing down. But hey, it was an afterthought. And I'm sure we all have those. So you do what you can do. Do what you think you can't do. Oh my. Yeah. Darn it. Alrighty, I got it open. Sorry about that. But hey. Okay. Now. I'm just trying to glue a sliver of paper down. Now we're going to take this, and glue it right over the top. Now you can tell where my slit is, and you can see that's flour. So this will go here, but I have to distress this. I'm not distressing that one side because I know I'm going to cut it off. I'll do it when I'm done. Okay, so all we have to do is this. Man, I am so shaky today. Okay, here we go. Oops, sorry, we have to go back here for now. Let me see something here. Trim this off a little bit. I ended up having to move it over to cover up. It was not straight, put it that way. All right. That's right. Guess we're sticking out here a little bit too far. Well, solve that. I can't get my scissors in there, so I'll sand her down. All right, let's see what happens. That's better. Very good. Very good. Just trying to. Okay. Now that should be good. Okay. So we have a pocket here. Yeah. And we have a pocket to right here. Maybe I'll flip-flop these. And there's this one. And I don't think I made a pocket back here. No. So there's 3 pockets in this little baby. And depending on how I decorate it, there could possibly be, that's the back anyway. Hold on. Hold on. I made it backwards, you guys. Why didn't you tell me? I made it backwards. Oh, well. So we'll stick this tall one in here. That's okay. Yeah. Wow. And this. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, so, yeah. But if you open it, you could use this pocket either way. So you make your tag double so you can see it from the front and the back. Okay, so I didn't do it backwards. Thought I was losing my mind. So I'll have to make a tag that is double-sided. That way, whatever sticks up here, you'll see the back. And it'll have to be in coordinating paper. Okay. And this one too. Cool. This one would go like this. Alrighty. So there you go. Different tag. Love the paper. So, and I'll spray the back of it later. So that's enough. I think we've been at it long enough, and I'm hoping and praying that, no, it's an hour and 30 minutes. I hope I can learn how to speed this up. If I didn't, I thank everybody for watching, and I'll try to make the rest of them not as long. Hugs to everyone. Thanks for coming in and spending some time. Bye-bye.